I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Oh, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. I'm gonna take it back to the roots where life is so natural and true. Yeah, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Oh, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. I'm gonna take it back to the roots where life is so natural and true. Don't wanna stray, don't wanna lose my focus. I don't wanna live my life like a circus, no. I don't wanna miss the real things in life. It takes much more than material things for I to survive. What about the birds? What about the bees? What about the fishes? What about the seas? What about the sun, the rivers and the trees? We've got to think of things like this. So I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Oh, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. I'm gonna take it back to the roots where life is so natural and true. Yeah, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Oh, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. I'm gonna take it back to the roots where life is so natural and true. Mama told me the best things in life are free. I love to hear the birds singing songs of melody. This rat race is not for me. I can see Mother Nature working patiently. I wanna rise with the morning sun, gaze at the stars when the evening comes, run to the hills for my meditation, and eat from my plantation. So I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Oh, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. I'm gonna take it back to the roots where life is so natural and true. Hey, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Oh, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. I'm gonna take it back to the roots where life is so natural and true. I wanna live in peaceful simplicity. I wanna surround myself with things that inspire me. I wanna full joy the riches of the earth. I'm going back to the roots. Oh, I'm going back to the roots. Yeah. Oh, 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 I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Oh, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. I'm gonna take it back to the roots where life is so natural and true. Yeah, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Oh, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Gonna take it back to the roots where life is so natural and true.
Let me pressure me hard. Me no like what I want. I can't take no more. I keep climbing up the ladder, keep pushing on the doors. My pressure me hard, you don't like what I want. But guess what? 5-star general.
Truman International, Field Marshal, no partial. You don't know we are 5-star general. You don't know Motivation Academy. Follow me. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in tune to the main event. The main maker from Jamaica. Stevie TV culture. Well, I got what it takes to rock the place. What's TV culture in the place? You turn up the bass. People rocking all night with smile on their face, on face, on face. You know what? Because we got the beat to make you rock, and we got the boom sound to make it pop. And when I start, I never gonna stop. The one you're gonna take me to the top. Because we got the beat to make you rock, and we got the boom sound to make it pop. And when I start, I never gonna stop. The one you're gonna take me to the top. And you know when the beat start bouncing, and then people start jumping, you hear the beat and you got to do something. Well, even the baby in the crib start bouncing. We're rocking the stadium, the bar and the club scene. I'm gonna drop the wickedest sound, making you know I am the best around town. Everywhere we go, we just tear it down. You wanna know why? Because I got the beat to make you rock, and I got the boom sound to make it pop. And when I start, I never gonna stop. This one is gonna take me to the top. Because I got the beat to make you rock, and I got the boom sound to make it pop. And when I start, I never gonna stop. This one is gonna take me to the top. Hey, the lyrics of the songs I sing, I don't have to edit. If I got to do that, forget it. True man make this beat so he'll get all his credit. Go tell the whole world that Steve Culture said it. Making music is so easy. I'm play my tracks for my friends and they all say, wow, you used to be sharp, but you're much sharper now. You wanna know how? Because I got the beat to make you rock, and I got the boom sound to make it pop. And when I start, I never wanna stop. The one you're gonna take you to the top. Because I got the beat to make you rock, and I got the boom sound to make it pop. And when I start, I never gonna stop. The one you're gonna take me to the top. True one, yo. The people love the vibes and the beat and the energy. Everywhere we play, people always admire we. Buying up our CDs, coming to our party. Tell we how much you love our style and our energy. Everywhere in the world that Stevie Culture go. People want me to stay, they don't want me to go. Them screaming, shouting out for more, backing up the dance floor. Always need an encore, because I came to make you rock. I got the boom style to make it pop. And when I start, I never wanna stop. The one you're gonna take me to the top. Because I got the beat to make you rock, got the boom sound to make it pop. And when I start, I never gonna stop. The one you're gonna take me to the top. Yo, when the beat start bouncing, people start jumping. Hear the beat and you got to do something. Even the baby in the crib start bouncing. Rocking the stadium, the bar and the club scene. I'm gonna drop the wickedest sound. Make them know that we're the best around town. Everywhere we go, we just tear things down. Who tell them say, yo, 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 yo. Listen, me tougher than steel, tougher than rock. Concrete tough, but we tougher than that. Tough to the core, tough to the max. Not backing down, cause we don't take chat. Move out of the way when the train is on the track. Cause anytime we start, yo, we never gonna stop. We rock them from to a straight up to head top. Rasta said that and you know. Because we got the beat to make you rock, and we got the boom sound to make it pop. When we start, we not stop. We're gonna take you to the top. We got the beat to make you. We got the beat to make you rock. Got the beat to make you. We've got the groove. We make them dance out of them shoes. We keep people get confused. Rastaman them cannot abuse. Them system we refuse. Try test the Rastaman, you know you are gonna lose. Babylon out the road, them get confused when them see people dancing out of them shoes. Yeah, you hear the news?
Love
we are promoting a set. We got a heart full of love. That's what we got to give. Oh yeah, sing. I got a heart full of love, and that's what I have to give. I'm gonna just erase all the hate and stop being negative. If we have a heart full of love, then that's what we all should give. We all should just erase all the hate and stop being negative. First we have to start loving each other. Treat everyone that we meet like a brother. Stop fussing and fighting against each other. Stop use your gun and shooting you one another. We got to learn to be more kind. Erase the envy, hate and bad mind. And stop acting as if you're blind. So if you have a heart full of love, that's what you all should give. We gotta just erase all the hate and stop being negative. If we have a heart full of love, then that's what we all should give. We got to learn to erase all the hate and stop being negative.
But you know where? Let us start being fair. Start love and start care. Something love is time to start share. For sure, if you find yourself with the love, it's time to share. Live and direct, Jenny, your host, Motivation Academy. I'm back in flesh, for sure. Today, lots of stuff to say. Was reborn to win. No turning back. For sure. I think this is what you come to a realization. I was reborn to win. I was reborn, and that's very important for me. Not just I was born to win, but because I didn't really... I always kind of win with life, but always in a certain comfort zone. Now I want to win big time. That's what my goals are. You know, my goals are huge and a bit like it has to seem not out of reach, but it has to be like something powerful. And that's going to drive you. That's what drives me to come back here each and every day, is that I trust that my dream will come true. And it's starting to, for sure, listen, first of all, the moment you start waking up, I think you're more oriented to the dream of life than the dream of hell. Like, especially if you have a little bit of questions. The question provide the key to unlocking our unlimited potential. Our unlimited potential. And it's unlimited. Your potential is huge. Is huge. But we don't see our potential. We see more the stuff that we're conditioned with, basically. And that's what I experienced all my life. But I think there's lots of power in personal mastery. Lots of power in personal mastery. Lots of power in finding back your vibe. Finding back your vibe. It's literally that you know, and that's what happened when you're reborn. And that's what you have to do here in order to really live. To really get in touch, like also the, you know, the higher self, if you want to call it, or your true you that is without fear. That's more the higher self. The higher self is something it's you with your highest potential, your biggest potential, and expressing it. Expressing your biggest potential, your highest potential, and all that, and not on the side of fear. To me, this is the highest self. For sure. It's somewhere. It's there. It's here and there. It's here and now. It's not nowhere else. But I mean, it's, you got to reach it. You got to reach that higher vibe, that higher self. It's that higher vibe inside you. If I can put it like that, me, that's how I feel it. I tell you things the way I feel it. I don't come here to repeat stuff necessarily. It's to tell you that the way I feel and the way I see this world. Like, giant goals produce giant motivation. That we just need a bit more motivation sometimes to find the inspiration. Once you find the inspiration through motivation, then the motive for action, you have it. You have it each and every day. You have life. You know, that's the motive for action. That's the motive for action. I have life, and I embrace life, and I love life, and I love love. So all these are motive for action. But if you don't find any motive for action, probably never going to be super, super motivated. And that's the goal, is to be up and in with life, staying motivated. With great motive for action, great goals. Once you find that, I'm telling you, me, anyway, from my experience, I know I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same again. Never, never. It's no turning back. You cannot turn your shirt around again once you have made that decision, that changing your values, changing your principles, changing and living by them. It's not only changing them and seeing them, but it's living by them each and every day and doing what you have to do. Like, I do this no matter if I feel like it or not, I have to do it. And that's what I said to myself. Consistency is number one ingredient in truth. And the truth that you live is consistency. If you can't reach that level of execution, because you got to start executing. It's more about execution than talking, it's execution. Then you got to find consistency, and that will carry you. You got to give yourself some lever and tools that you can pull when you're less motivated or a bit more on a low high. Like, you find stuff, and me, I have this, I have other stuff to uplift me, to make sure my vibes stay up and in all the time, and not down and out with life, and depressed and anxious, and experiencing all kinds of limitation, because the limitation is stuff that we put for ourselves. With determination, you can accomplish anything. Without it, you're doomed to frustration and disappointment. Doomed to frustration and disappointment, because with determination, once you have that determination to do, and it's the will, the determination is the unstoppable will, I think unshakable will. Once you reach that state of mind, because it's all a state of mind, it's not it's a state of mind. Bonjour, I worked on my items until noon yesterday. That's good, Godefroy, qui est là. Bonjour, Godefroy. Écoute, on n'a pas le choix. Regarde, même moi, even when no one cares, or I don't feel like it, or that's the moment where you have to do it the most. That's what I found. In all the talks I've done here, there's moments, there's days that maybe I wasn't... I always feel like doing it. It's just sometimes I feel like no one cares. So it's I gotta really, you've got to do something for you also. For you, like when I do this, when I come here, it's a lot to protect my vibe. It's to make sure I stay vibrant, make sure my mind stays sharp. That's the whole idea also of coming here on YouTube live and direct. It's to become stronger. And if you focus on your stuff, that's what you'll get. You'll get that mental toughness. The mental toughness is necessary to go through this life. If not, you're gonna collapse. It's destruction of your soul, and you don't want that. You don't want your soul to be destroyed, and like your body can be destroyed. Doesn't mean you have to destroy everything that's still living in there. Like, you could have had a hard life and have a body destroyed, but if you're still there, it's because your soul is in your soul. Again, me, I think more it's the organ, the action of thinking come from the brain, but the brain is probably the organ that hosts the soul, or maybe the heart. Who knows? But it's just a word. First of all, it's just a word, and we tend to put it on either the brain or the heart, or I think the soul is probably, I don't know, maybe there's just one, the universal mind, and that's what you have to connect to. I don't know. But sometimes it feels like, I don't know, it's more a universal thing. I think that we get to connect it. There's like consciousness. Is there many consciousness, or there's one consciousness that thinks universally? And I think that's what we experience outside. That's why I say that, because it makes sense, because that's what we experience outside, the result of what, like, if I would have if my dream world would come to life now, I mean, I would have to have something very closed up from the rest of the world. You know what I mean? So for sure, I think the action of thinking, we do it collectively also, and that's the world we experience outside, the wars and all that stuff, and the nonsense and the illusion and stuff, because that's what we experience on the inside the level for pretty much a lot of people, most people. Like the stuff I've talked to you about here before the age of 40 years old, I had no clue about that. I had no clue about that. It's really a rebirth. That's why be patient. I'm fresh. I'm brand new. Reborn. And yeah. It's the best feeling in the world. I'm telling you, it's the best feeling in the world. That's why I say there's no turning back. Once you're out of distraction, once you see how much you were distracted and how much questions and can empower you, can help you like stay alive and stay never turn back. You don't turn back and go back to your dormancy. And then you realize you're here to win, but then it's work. Like when opportunity presents itself, like if you feel like it's your time, but there's work also. That's the thing. But the work is not so much a grind. It's a work that has to be done. Work on yourself, work on your craft, work on your goals, on your dreams, whatever. But it's mostly the work has to be done mostly on a personal level. It's just you gotta acquire some strength. We're not strong enough. That's why we don't face the world boldly. Because if you're bold, if you face the world boldly, it means you have strength. So it's the strength that has to be developed. We got to be stronger. And the strength, you get it with great experience with life. Challenges. If it doesn't kill you, it will make you stronger. Just always think that way. If it doesn't kill you, it will make you stronger. And that's what we got to become in order to face this world. Stronger, stronger, stronger. So this way also you might not be controlled so much by the enemy inside you. Controlled by the enemy inside. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to be controlled by external stuff, you want you to be conscious, to think for yourself and not default. And just that can make your dream come true. Like I said, the best way to make your dream come true is to freaking wake up. Because once you wake up, you realize the distraction and all this stuff that is completely irrelevant in your life. And then you start focusing on stuff that really matters. That's all it is. It's so simple. So simple. To just start doing something that, like to put a dream in motion. It's so simple. Like people think sometimes that they need this, you just need to wake up, just that, and you're going to let go, purge the distraction, and then you're going to start where it might be a long haul. For sure, it's going to be long. Like, don't expect it to be to happen from one day to another, but if you let go of what holds you back, of what keeps you locked in place on pause, you're going to start moving forward. You're going to start pressing play, and when play is playing, when you press the button play, it turns forward, doesn't go backward. And just don't press too much for fast forward. Like, say, stay on the play on the steady pace. Maybe at one point you'll want to go on the highway a bit. But there's always a great strength to acquire along the journey. For sure, the strength that you gain, just that will transform you. You focus on the good topic. Now, I don't try to convince people to believe the same. Oh, no. Don't. You know what Godfrey, I said to myself one day? I have enough trying to understand how people see things from why people don't see it. Because we all see things from our own perspective, for our own way. Even me, people will come my way sometimes and tell me things. Doesn't mean it's going to become my reality. So, we're very... so it's very important to not lecture people. I will never lecture you on or do a speech on reality and stuff like that, but I will tell you to think for yourself. Probably the brainwash we're doing here to ourselves is really to be free thinker. To think for ourselves. This is not a crime. As far as I'm concerned, it's not a crime. It's not something against the natural law. It's against the natural law to not think for yourself. So that's what's against the natural law. But if you go by natural laws, we should all be able to think, to be conscious. To think is to be conscious. But you cannot make choices if you don't think, if you're not conscious. That's why I'm saying we all pretty much operate according to a program, like robots. Literally like robots. That's what it is. That's how I felt. That's how I felt until I was reborn. And at my rebirth, everything changed. The whole vibration changed. Suddenly, my perspective on life changed. My perspective on others, the way I see things. The perspective for me is the way you see it. Is the way you see something. It totally changed. It became so alive and so much more colorful. Like life is not gray or black and white. Life is colorful. Life is colorful, and we need more colors. We need more vibrancy, more colors, and that's what I've realized. And I always been a guy very colorful. Like I had a great vibe. It's not because I'm different than what I was before. I always had a great vibe. I was always a guy very joyful, but never found a way to stay inspired also with that joy. Stay inspired with the joy and do something, have some kind of dream or goals or doing something really productive, not only for me, but for also that can benefit others. And that's what I found to do. I said, good in coaching, good in that. You put everything together, what you're good at, and you start working on it. You practice. Like even if you don't know what to do or what's going to be the outcome or how you're going to get it, just practice. Practice. That's what you have to do anyway. You're out of distraction. So just practice your stuff day in, day out. That once you're out the distraction, you don't see the need to be distracted. You don't have the need to be distracted. So you have the need to create. That's what, everything is going to reverse inside you. It's going to, not reverse, but it's going to change inside you, because instead of feeling the need to be distracted, you feel the need to create. And that's very different. Like I don't want distraction and stuff. I want to create more connection, more. I want just want to create more joy, more happiness inside me. Create. And that happened also every breath you take once you're reborn. But me, that's what happened. I don't know if that's what you're gonna need but that's my experience. You might relate to it, like you might not, but that's my experience, and yeah. And I trusted myself. That's it. Trusted myself. Yeah, for sure. I always that's what I have a lot. Trust in myself, and I knew something was gonna. But at the beginning, it was hard. At the beginning, it was hard because I was making videos here on this channel like constantly, and it was just like I had to, because you have to find. It's hard when you're like, if I go back 4 years ago when I started, and now I look at it, and back then, like I didn't know too much why you were doing it. Like you're confused still. I was still confused, and you can probably notice it in some of my videos because of the speech. If you're here with me every day for the last 6 months, I've took a great leap in the next six months. You can notice it in my speech. But if you go back, you're gonna notice sometimes I say things that not that I regret or say. That's the level of awareness I had back then, and I'm okay with that. That's me. That's the true me, and that's the true me evolving and changing and constantly transforming, and that's the best feeling of life. That's the best feeling you can get from life, is really to be part of life, not a part. And that's what I feel today. It's more like I'm part of life. I'm part of a vibration, paradigm shift. I'm part of a paradigm shift, and that is great. That is great because that's what I always wanted to do. When I was young, I wanted to change the world. I always said to my mother, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to change the world. This world's crazy, blah, blah, blah. I was always yapping my mouth on stuff like that. Very rebel. Very, very rebel when I was younger. And I was always suspecting something. Like I was looking, even at 10 years old, even younger, I was looking at stuff and I was finding it weird. that people live this way and just anyway. But it's the conditioning at one point, and when you are conditioned in an environment to accept it, to live by it, and so you might never really. It's like the Truman Show, eh? Jim Carrey, Truman Show. If you're like born into this and you never seek out, but once you seek out of your box, of your invisible box, invisible cage, wow, you archived your journey. Yeah, I archived my journey. That's it. I archived my journey, but without knowing, without and that's great because that's what I think. It's my example that's going to inspire you. It's not so much what I say here. Yes, what I say can teach you some stuff, can maybe allume des petites lumières des fois, là, ou de quoi de même, but it's more the example, and that's what I want to also... like, confusion is going to clear at one point. Like I was saying at the beginning, I was a little bit more confused, and slowly by making videos, you got to find yourself. That's why now today I'm very, very much at ease. I know what I'm doing now. I'm more conscious. I think a lot more. I reason a lot more than I was doing before. I took a great, especially with those talk, first light reasoning like this, I really like it because it allows me to, and I'm very, very focused. Early in the day, and it's the best moment. It's between 5 and 8. Your most productive hours during the day will be between 5 and 8 in the morning, and that's the hours I prioritize to do the most important, but not the most important stuff I do during the day, but something very important. Like I have to focus and have my thoughts and be vibrant. That's why I'm up at 5. Up at 5, here at 7:30. It depends. It's not a contract here. It's a contract. No, contract. Contract. It's like contract. I don't know. I don't like the word. But no, it's a great vibe to be reborn like this for sure. But then after, that's it. Once you're reborn, you gotta expect work. You gotta expect to. Now it's no more sitting on the couch. It's no more being distracted. It's no more, and not only and you're not gonna lose anything because this thing is not something you really need. What you need is yourself. You need to elevate. You need to elevate. Very, very important to elevate your vibe, elevate your mind, elevate everything, because that's what we need. We need an elevation, a strong elevation, a strong vibe, and we can change as well. Me, I would not be here if I wouldn't have hope, and I have hope because we're more and more of us going on the internet. That's a good way to connect for now. That's like a miracle for me, the internet, if you ask me. And it's like super great. But also we got to become more conscious to use it consciously. This is the only thing. It's look, I can make the list of unconscious behavior that we have with internet, and the list will be long. But it's a really come on, I'm here. Like I said yesterday, I'm in the comfort of my home, and I can talk to you. I can talk to you for nonstop. We can connect the whole world here. We can. So it's possible. We have the tool. We have the tool to make a massive, massive awakening, massive self-realization. I think it's more what we need altogether is a self-realization and a personal revolution. Change our ways, change our evil ways, realizing them, first of all, especially what's going on with the animals, with the other sentient being that we have here on this plane. You know, there's other sentient being like us. And first of all, respect each other, care for each other, share and care. The answers are in there. And share, care, and take care of each other and take care of the animals. And just this, it's called common sense. Like, we're not here to destroy. I'm fed up destroying relationship, destroying this, destroying that. That's all we do is destroy. We say we love, but then we turn around and destroy. Complete nonsense. So I have enough of that nonsense BS of destroying everything around me. I want to be not a destroyer, but a builder, a creator, part of life. Like, and again, it's mostly your thought that your thought impact a lot your personal life. So it will impact also the world. So that's why we have a low vibration here, because our thoughts are very negative sometimes. common sense. But anyway, and we have to rise above a lot of stuff. Rise above a lot of stuff in order to really sense the big picture. Not only sense the big picture, but the big picture is important to be sensed and realized. But also there's like the big picture about yourself that you can't miss. It's good to look outside, but never forget to look inside you. It's the best travel you're gonna do in a lifetime. It's traveling the realm within. Yeah, the within realm. That's the best. The best travel you can make is within, for sure. Negative egregores. Yeah. Mathieu Pouliot, Robitaille. Bonjour, Mathieu. Sorry. Yeah. So that's it. But it's a reborn. I think it's good to have that, and it's good if you have it younger. Like Mathieu is younger than me. It's a good thing. To be aware of that stuff. I wish I would have been aware, but I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have been strong enough back then to really take it in the world on the internet and stuff. Today I found the strength to talk to you here on YouTube. And it takes strength, but it's something. It's not because I lift weight before I come on YouTube and stuff. But it's this has to be strong. And if this is strong, you're gonna cut through like nothing. You're gonna cut through your fears like nothing. You're gonna go through this, and it's not something that's gonna be really holding you back anymore. You're not gonna consciously hold yourself back, because sometimes I think that's what we do. Because we're afraid. We're not afraid of a failure. We're not afraid of failure. We're afraid of success, and that's what's happened. And success is a state of mind also. No, success is not a big car or a big house, or you can pretend in life, for sure. But I think the real success is, first of all, finding yourself and reconnecting. That is the most successful life you can have. The most success you can probably reach in a lifetime is finding yourself and reconnecting to your heart of gold. That's, I think, what else there is. And then the rest. I mean, it's the journey. It's the journey of doing your thing, of having goals, like building stuff, creating connection, and Truman production, and all that stuff. And yeah, it's just expanding day after day after. It's you're gonna acquire new strength, you're gonna develop new connection, new stuff, create with other people. Like you just start getting in touch with great minds. That's what happened to me, the Santos Bonacci, all this. You become like a magnet, and if you do your thing, the people see that. People see there's not too many people in the world raising their voice. So once one of us raises his voice, other people that raise their voice will hear it too, and they will just want to help you and reason with you, and that's what happened. Mostly, it's a very friendly place. Me, I don't see the world as a hostile so much. Yeah, it's hostile because we have the wars inside of us. Most of us are at war within. Once we clear the war within, it helps a lot also. But the clearing the war within is a very important process, because we're at war, and that energy is not very good. So once you recognize that, it's tough. We just have to face fact. We have to face fact, but we avoid facing facts in pretty much a lot of aspects in our life. Have passions and goals, and doing new things is very important. Always keep your dreams and your passion alive, and all this. If you have woke up, let's not to go back, to turn back and go back to dormancy. It's to bring more of you. The world needs that. The world needs you. The world needs you original, not a copycat. They need you original with what you have to bring, and that's very important. Follow your heart. Do what you love. And always go with your passion, and then it's going to become probably at one point your life. If you put enough energy into it, it's going to become your life. There's no reason why not. Like I said, You're here to win. You're not here to. You're not a loser. I don't think we're here to lose. You see yourself maybe as a loser, but it's not the reality. Sometimes the reality is very different than what we experience. And again, what we experience is reality, but it's just we're not in there mentally. We're there physically in reality because we're all on Earth, on the same plane, with the same trees, same rivers, same stuff. Like we're all in the same environment, but in our heads we're very, very far from reality. We're million miles away from reality. We have no clue. We don't even question nothing. Like I wasn't questioning nature, nothing. Like today, I go out and I am also more in awe and with nature, so that brings more question. If you are arrogant and your ego thinks he knows everything, you're probably not gonna question much. But if your ego is very thin, and you're gonna bring great questions, and those great questions will. But you need intensity. You need to keep asking with an intensity. Like if you don't ask with intensity, it's gonna anything that we don't reinforce, that we don't each and every day, and it's reinforcing also each and every day, will dissipate for sure. Same like that shit stem we live in. If we don't re-energize it and inflate it ourselves, it's gonna dissipate. At one point, it's gonna go. Not saying that there's not going to be another system or something. There's always going to be something. But we just need to have presence also and take ownership so no one else takes it for us. But if you can take ownership for your life, other people will, because, I mean, we got to have some kind of structure also. It's very important. I love structure, especially for when it comes to creation and connecting and connection and caring, sharing. It's good to have a strong structure. Reality is stranger than fiction. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. It's very strange. It's a very strange world, but it's the people that are strange. It's not the world. The trees are not strange. I mean, the rivers are not strange. It's the people. It's the people. They're so disconnected. So we're so selfish. So much inside that it's, I look at people sometime, and also the ladies that put makeup and stuff like that. Like, we're so fake. Look, people are so concerned about what other people think of them, that they can't go out their house without, like, there's girls like that. They don't go out without makeup, without this, without that. So worry of what other people. We pass our whole life worrying about what other people think of ourselves. So nonsense, but we never turn around and think what we think of ourselves, to really start thinking on a conscious base. You know what I mean? I think we like avoidance. But without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. For sure, continual growth, you have to push yourself. You have to push yourself into challenges also. Very important, challenge yourself, because if you don't, you think life will challenge you, but on the negative side. You can have positive challenge also that will empower you a lot. Challenges are very important in order to grow. And you never know what you need to know in a lifetime. You never know what you need to know. There's things you think you never need to know, but you're going to learn once in your life. And you're going to master it, and that can save your life. Because one day you're going to need that knowledge, and you're going to have it. So learn the maximum things possible. Reach out to maximum people possible. Connect with the world. Share, care. The answers are in there. And Truman will be live on Byte Radio this afternoon, tonight, 6 p.m. Live and direct on Byte Radio. So don't miss it. Make it a date. Don't be late. Trust your gut. Always forward. With serenity and kindness, of course. Serenity and kindness, always. And I wish you all a wonderful day, and I will be back another now. Yeah. Until then, do your best. Do your best each and every day. Each and every day, wake up with fire in your heart. Fire in the heart. And don't let anybody extinguish your flame. Anybody extinguish your flame. Don't let that happen. There will be people out there trying to extinguish your flame. But if you don't see them, like if you don't have it in mind also that there is people out there, don't focus on that. You know, that's not what I know that it's there. There's bad minds and people, but it's not what's on the forefront of my mind. I see the world as a friendly place. I don't come here thinking that I'm gonna be trolled and stuff. And no, I see the world as a friendly place. I come here with a friendly attitude, with a brother attitude and a brotherly attitude, and that's what we gotta have with each other. Where I don't feel distant from you. Yeah, there might be a distance, physical distance, but if we think on the same vibe, that's what I said. That's what can change this world a lot. Can impact this world a lot. How do you spell Janik? How do you spell that, Janik? What you mean? How do I spell what? J'ai pas. I didn't catch what you are referring to, Leslie. La belle Leslie. Elle est toujours ici, hein, Leslie. C'est vrai, elle manque pas un. Leslie, elle manque pas un talk, elle. She's great. She's very, very focused. She's determined. I think it's what we have to acquire also at one point. It's more determination. And once you're determined to elevate, not to collapse. So you don't want to collapse. You don't want to shrink. You want to elevate and you want to expand. I don't think there's nothing. If you have the will to expand, to do something, to move out of fear of pain and suffering, there is a way. There is a way. And finding yourself and reconnecting to yourself, reconnecting to your heart of gold, to your good vibe, to your like it's just about doing good and stop our evil ways and all the stuff that doesn't make sense in our life in order to elevate. And you're gonna see Leslie, she took a great leap also, and I see a big change in you from the last 6 months, probably at the same time as me, when I started to really reflect and reason on a deeper level. I think that's what makes me take leaps continually, is that I'm able to reason, and the kind of question, the quality questions will bring quality of life. Simple, eh? But if you don't have quality, a set of quality questions, and but no, I see. The radio show. It's a Byte, Byte Radio UK.com. Yeah. But look on my Facebook, Leslie, you're going to see there's a big poster. It's all the shows are there. They are online now. There's DJs all day. There's DJs all day until 6 o'clock tonight when Truman takes over. And I'll be there from 6 to 10. And there's a video too. You have the live feed on the video and the music playing. But it's not, I come to talk here. I talk here and I talk on the Truman Show. It's not so much a show that I will extensively talk, but you do hear me, and I do say some stuff sometimes for sure. Especially according to the music I play. I might even like put a little bit more of my talk in there in the future, but it's something new for me. I've never been DJ on the radio. It's something new, so I gotta get that vibe also and get used to it. It's something I love for sure. I love music, and I love to share the music that I listen to, and that's why I go there. It's to share the vibe, and also it pushes me to research, and not only research, but find new artists and new music. And I love new vibe, and I'm not just stuck on the old stuff. I like new music, and I like to help them. So that's why I like to see what's new, I like to see what's fresh, what's out, and what like Torch and stuff. It's good. The old stuff, the oldies, it's good, But I like also the newies. I like the newies because these are guys attempting to live their dream also and to do something with their life, and they're here alive. So that's why I like to connect with the newies and people that are fresh. And I just want to help. I always said it. If I created that reggae group, the Truman Show, Truman Production, all this is to help. It's to help them. It's not because I want to boost myself. I have no intent. I really don't care about that. It's not about me. It's about helping others, and it's about creating. So I said, okay, creation, helping. So I can do stuff. I have stuff. I have internet. I have. First was the realization that I had something to connect, something to network. But that's what I decided to do, network. And yeah, I've been healed, and now I cannot ignore that. Exactly. That's it. That's it. Once you find healing and stuff, you find a tremendous power for sure. Healing is a must. We all have trauma and scars and stuff that we need to heal, either our body and stuff. Me too. I feel a bit better for a little while. Maybe we're very connected, Leslie, and our journeys are very similar journeys. We were both in chronic pain. But I'm still in chronic pain. But I mean, if the mind is better, the pain become more bearable. Like if the mind is more aligned and you're more centered and aligned and living according to your true vibe, you're being true to yourself, and you don't avoid the rebirth. The pain can be more manageable. Some pain management. It doesn't come pain killing. You don't want painkiller, but you want to manage the pain. It's pain management. So, and it's very good for you. Yeah. Me, I woke up because of Pizzagate, and after that, I felt flattered 6 months later. Yeah, I think we all pretty much got absorbed by Flat Earth, for sure. Flat Earth got us pretty much all, but not all to the same level. Some people dive very, very deep with that Flat Earth thing. Because some people love fantasy more than others and cannot really use scrutiny. But you have to use scrutiny because it's lies within there's lots of lies, there's lots of construct define reality, and like I tell you all the time, not because we're not on a plane and I see a curve. There's none, but other than that. And that was the first thing for me that was very, very clear when I started talking about that, was there's no curve. Bring me a curve or show me that the sun is not moving. Prove me that the sun is not moving when I see it move. Like, it's complete nonsense. So the rest, I don't need so much to have everything defined and stuff. I was attempting maybe at the beginning also to have more defined reality. Like I was, because before you see the big picture and that you still want your reality defined, you're still falling for definition. You're still falling for definition, and that's what most people do when they enter YouTube and start seeking truth and stuff. They will fall for definition, and that's the worst thing. That's the whole thing, that the trap is there. Trap is called definition. That's the trap, and we all fall for it. I fell for it. I'm not afraid to. I even translated Eric Dubé's book, 200 Proof. I translated it in French. No, so I was caught up in the trap of definition, but I seen it by doing this. By doing that book was very, very essential for me to realize the stuff. Like I was seeing stuff that, hey, numbers and stuff like 666 and all kinds of occult stuff hidden in there, but most people do not see it because they don't have that awareness, and they know that. Occultists know that it's very, very deep. Only... not that I'm better than another or that I see more than another, but I think it's only a small portion of us real truth seekers, or something you want to put label on or whatever, that will find the ultimate truth within ourselves. Because it's within you. Most of us seek without. We're seeking on the outside. But very few of us, I think, and then that's the most empowering truth you can find is within yourself, for sure. Show me the curve. That's it. Show me the curve. There's no curve, so other than that, you can't tell me I live on a freaking ball flying through space or all that shit. It's complete nonsense. I don't see it, first of all. Show me. Show me. If it's true, show me. Or what? You're going to show me images, computer images? That's not showing me. So show me. Show me the money, baby. That's it. But until I see it and I can sense it, but we're used to the nonsense. We love nonsense. We live a fake life. We live a lie. We love the nonsense and the fantasy. So that's what we're gonna experience. But if you're out of this and you seek more reality, suddenly you're gonna open your eyes and realize that the whole thing is the world is a lie. It's hard maybe to wrap your head around this if you don't know, but that's what it is, and that's the truth. It's the observation of what it is. The world is a lie. That's the observation of what it is. That's the truth. So people don't want to see that because they live themselves in a big lie. So it's very hard if you don't shut down the ego and all the stuff that if you don't go like almost step out of yourself and really see also yourself as the big picture, because you have to see yourself as the big picture, as a main actor here, not as a not to shrek, to shred, to shrink. Don't want to be, tu veux pas être un petit nain, tu veux être un géant. No, you don't face life with the miniature stature. Like, comment t'appelles ça, les nains? Faut pas que tu fasses face à la vie comme un nain, petit. Non, fais face à la vie comme un géant. Like a giant. Awaken the giant within. It's very important. Le pire, c'est le monde qui dit que doigt, triangle, rond ou plate. Ah non, qu'est-ce que ça? Voyons donc, ça change de quoi, certains? C'est sûr que ça change de quoi? C'est sûr que ça change de quoi? Moi, je pense que... Anyway, I think the whole thing about... I told you what I think. If you ask me what I think about what I see, it's shapeless. There's no shape. How do you want to define the earth? You want to put a shape on the earth? Like, because people like to have everything shape, form, and... but to me, the earth is everything. So how can I put a shape on what's under? Like, maybe it's in a big balloon, or I don't think so. To me, it's more like I don't know. The way I see it, it's a plane for sure, but it's a huge plane. And it's got to be huge. It's got to be all there is. It's got to be all there is. There is stars and suns and stuff, but the earth is all there is. Like, there's no other planet or alien coming to invade us. That's all nonsense. I think it's just a realm, a very powerful, intelligent, organized realm. And again, I don't think the Babylonian people have control over what's going on in this realm. They're just trying. They're trying to control our minds because they can't control nature. They can't control... but they have their ways to act nature. But I mean, they destroy it also. Yeah, it changes everything. It changes everything. It changes everything. To me, knowing that I'm not flying through space, it came and suddenly I felt not how bad the world is, but how powerful I was. And now I ignore that power, how much... And if you feel this stuff, because it's the truth, you know it once you feel it. And you have to feel it. Like, I cannot explain you in reality, but I can feel this stuff very, very deep. I feel the truth very, very deep. And I'm going to keep asking questions. And more answers will come. So until that's it. Until next time, I love you all. And rise and shine. Do your best. Don't stress. Forget the rest. Live your big story. Live your dreams. Go bigger or go home. Was Yannick, your host. Motivation Academy. Truman himself. Live and direct. Byte Radio. This afternoon, 6. Tonight, whatever, this afternoon. 6 p.m. I'll be there. I'm going to prepare that, and I'm going to have massive stuff tonight. I feel very motivated. I feel very motivated for a great uplifting Byte Radio session. So be there, don't miss it. And it's going to be a great vibe for sure, put your radio at max. It's going to be music to the crank up the volume. Crank up the volume. We're going to have a good time, a great vibe. Roll the spliff, get everything ready, and get the herbs ready, the vape ready, everything. And not necessarily, if you don't consume it, it's fine too. You don't have to consume cannabis to be happy in life. You don't have to consume anything to be happiness. Should be a state of mind that you find very easily in the moment. Like, I don't need the substance, absolutely, but it just comes, and especially when it's music time, it brings me more focus, more inspiration, more inspired. Yeah, especially here. I always, I don't mind it. Like, it's not something I extensively promote, but it's something I don't bash. I don't bash it for sure. For sure. But you do what you want. Life is a kind of miracle. For sure, it's miracle. Life is miracle. Just to think we're here alive, it's everything is miracle. Everything is, but you don't see that in the program state. You have to really step out and feel that rebirth. Feel that rebirth, like I said. I think they are hiding lands, and that maybe the plane is infinite. Oh yeah, for sure they're hiding some things. They hide everything. They hide behind the closed doors. They hide behind their palace. That's what they do. They're professional hiding people, and for sure they can't hide the truth. They can't hide the sun. They can't hide the sun. So as long as the sun shines, we should let love be our guide. Yeah, pave the way. We should let love pave the way. But they can't hide it. They can't. It's just. But they hide for sure something. But are you gonna ever know in a lifetime? Like, I would have to see it for myself. Look, I have a car. Where am I gonna go? Like, it's a bit. I don't know. I'm not focused so much on finding out, and I'm just focusing on. Maybe the answers will come one day. Like, I think that's what's gonna happen. At one point, the more you wake up, the more you connect with people, and the more answers come. But I don't know. Today, you ask me. Yes, for sure, they're hiding stuff. There's a goal in architects are making all this happen like that, for sure. And if what did you ask me? Oh, infinite, for sure, infinite. I think it's big. The Earth, it's big. I don't think it can ever end. I think it's expanding. It's probably expanding too. It's growing, just like. And come on, it makes sense that it's probably growing, expanding. I don't know for sure. I never seen the edge of the Earth expanding, but I think it should expand. It should expand. Normally, it should expand, and that's probably a new land and stuff. Like, it's if we expand and we create more life, and it's just the Earth also should create more life for herself. Like, everything is very well on the sacred mission to create. So we live in creation, like. But I don't know. But it seems that way. It seems that way. But again, that's a defined thing. So I don't want to go too far in definition. I prefer keep my mystery alive. And so today, yes, it's in stuff I don't mind talking about. But it's not something I go on the internet to find out, to see if someone has an answer for me, for this, for that, for that. I try to go in nature. And yes, like, if I'm like, probably like, your question will resurface in my mind once I'm outside this summer and stuff like that. Like, I like to look at nature and reason, but there's only so much my eyes can meet also. There's only so much my eyes can meet. So there's probably stuff also in some kind of other dimension right beside. Like, all these stuffs are very possible, but it's not stuff I can prove, I can see. So am I going to focus on the stuff I can prove and see? I can prove my greatness, see my magnificence, see my magnificent dreams come true. All this is stuff I can see and sense. So that's the stuff I focus on. But the nonsense that I cannot focus on, I cannot know anything, and I don't focus on it. I focus on elevation. the zero fear day after day, and just have a greater vibe. Be more up and in with life each and every day, and connect with more beautiful people. And ils jouent à la cachette, c'est sûr qu'ils jouent à la cachette. C'est sûr. C'est sûr qu'ils jouent à la cachette. Eh oui. Mais nous autres aussi, on joue à la cachette. C'est ça que je vous disais à un moment donné. J'avais dit ça à un moment donné dans un talk. I said we all play hide and seek. Why are we hiding? Like, why are we all hiding silent? Your impact in the world has to be felt. And that's what's going to change the world eventually if we impact it enough. Positivity, love, generosity, kindness, serenity. All this got to become normal for us. But it is normal. But normal, what's normal and abnormal? It's got to become natural. I prefer the word natural than normal because then I define something. But what's natural, it's what it is. It's nature. So just become nature. More natural, more in nature, more aligned with nature is more natural too. Yeah. So I love you all. I'm out. And that's it. See you tonight, 6 p.m. ByteRadioUK.com. Boom! Truman will be there. Yeah. It's me. Janik, aka Truman. And that Truman, I like it because that Truman thing is really something that is, the higher self and stuff. Like I talked to you, that's something I'm going to talk about with Torch. Why he called himself Torch, why it's important to have. To me, it's like my higher self, Truman. It's something I have to live by. I have to reach that higher Truman vibe. And that's why I always like the Truman. But it's just... you recognize me by Truman also. Okay, I'm out. Love, 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 more love. And keep on pushing, keep on rising, keep on elevating, keep on being focused. Focus. Just bring more focus and more action and heal more. And every day you heal more. So it's just a greater vibe each and every day. Boom! Live and direct.